Radar Reacts, new Arkham game, officially confirmed, though rumors are it's not going to be made by Rocksteady.
Crazy.
Sad times.
Yes. Well,
maybe.
sad times?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe sad times.
So WB Investor Call confirmed that in Q4 of this year, there will be a new game, not just in the Batman series, but specifically in the Arkham series.
And this will be a prequel.
Maybe.
Maybe.
So
We'll see.
the
rumors are Silver Age.
VG 24/7 has a source saying that this game isn't made by Rocksteady, which goes along with Rocksteady saying flat out that their next game probably sort of isn't going to be a Batman game.
Yep.
So what do you think it's going to be? Do you think it's going to be the rumored Silver Age game?
Well, I kind of hope so. Like, I'd like to see a different kind of vibe to the Arkham City.
More so, it would make things interesting, like not just... I feel like Arkham City almost got too grimy for me at the end, or it would just be a nice feel to be away from the grime of Arkham City, but also that would make me... The best situation for me would be a B team takes the Arkham engine and makes a cool side game that takes place in Silver Age, while the real Arkham City 3 is being made by Rocksteady for like a 2014 release.
Yeah, it would sort of be letting them... I mean, they sort of, when it comes to just the formula we got in Arkham Asylum and then got again in Arkham City, that's not going to be improved upon this generation. Like, they bookended, not just in terms of story, but gameplay-wise, what we could ever possibly hope for in a Batman game. Mm-hmm. And the only way to really move forward is to either do next-gen or to just jump back in time and be like, before all that happened,
bam,
yeah, exactly.
Punch a shark.
So
you
do that in the new one, though. You punch a shark.
Oh yeah, you totally punch a shark. But there was no like. Bam.
No, there wasn't.
Though I am curious to see. I'm a big comic fan, and I know for DC in their comic world, they've always, for the last couple decades, they've always been a little wary of the Adam West Batman. Like they appreciate what it made them famous, but they are embarrassed by it. So yeah. I wonder what kind of line of campiness they're going to have.
What I read with the rumor, and sort of what I want is, when they say Silver Age Batman, they don't mean necessarily over-the-top cartoony. They just mean like it's a Batman origin story that takes but you're going to see some of the old styles. Joker may be wearing like the slightly sillier suit.
Yeah. I'd be cool with them like dressed really wacky, and you get the impression early on like, oh, this is sillier, and then the Joker decapitates someone, or the horrible dark things that happen in Arkham City then happen in the past, even though it's brighter and shinier.
Yeah, and they didn't say it, but do you expect current or next gen for this one?
If it's a B team working on the Arkham engine, I think getting it out this year is asking way too much for a next-gen console. I think it's current-gen, and I'll be happy with that with current. Like, this will be the last holiday of current-gen systems, So yeah. I think that would be a good kind of send-off.
And what do you expect from... I mean, let's say that VG 24/7's rumor is wrong, and this is proper next Arkham game, and it's not the prequel. Mm-hmm. What would you... I mean, obviously, if you're not going Batman Beyond style and jumping forward a few hundred, or like
Gotham
50
City,
years,
maybe.
Do you want full-on Gotham City?
I'd like to see maybe like more vehicles, like see like the Batmobile.
Or just vehicles in general. Yeah. You never got to use them.
Well, yeah, and me driving around the city instead of gliding, just like expanding the world that way.
I always wondered though in those games, like, it's so cool to glide as Batman for you to then get in a car and drive and get out of a car. Like, the Batmobile's cool in little cutscenes, but to functionally drive a Batmobile instead of shooting your grappling hook just doesn't feel as fun to me.
The other thing is, like, it made sense. I mean, like, they could have pretty much barren streets in Arkham Asylum or Arkham City because it was a jail. But the second you make it like, oh, by the way, this is Gotham, you can just swoop kick people. Like, those city streets have to be packed with people.
You feel like it would turn into like the Spider-Man mini games where like someone's getting robbed and you have to like stop the thief from stealing a purse.
Go capture the balloon.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. So it might be completely different.
Though I also wonder, like, how are they have to keep getting bigger. Like, that's the whole point. And so if they go from Arkham City, a chunk of Gotham, to full-on Gotham, then that also implies like it's going to be no man's land, which a lot of people thought was going to happen in Arkham City, which is
essentially what happened at the end of Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, yeah. Dark Knight Rises was basically no man's land, where just there's a giant catastrophe, earthquake, and then the criminals kind of take over. It's just martial law, and then Batman has to deal with it.
In which case, you're sort of allowed to be like, there are no people on the streets because they're all in hiding, and the only people who are outside are criminals.
Yeah.
You can kind of work around it.
And that could work for a whole Gotham City. If Gotham City was on the size of like what they say, like the next GTA 5, what GTA 5 city is supposed to be.
I can't imagine.
No.
they
or,
would do that.
or at least the size of like Red Dead Redemption City. Like that would be spectacular. I would love to see that.
Yeah, so, yeah, new Arkham game in the works, may or may not be by Rocksteady, though it's sounding like it may not be, but be sure to check back on Games Radar for more Radar Reacts and more news about whatever this Arkham game is going to be.